Let me paint a picture, and tell me if this feels uncomfortably familiar. It's the end of the month. You're not broke, but you're not relaxed either. You're checking your account, doing that quiet math in your head like, okay, rent's covered, food's fine, but if anything random happens right now, this would get annoying. You're not panicking. You're just mentally tired. You're working, you're trying, but money still takes up way too much space in your head. And if you're thinking, yeah, that's literally me, then listen closely, because this video isn't about getting rich. It's about the exact moments when money stops controlling how you think. I spend way too much time thinking about the 3 money thresholds that change how you think forever. If you're someone who is stuck or stagnant about personal finance, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. Most people think money problems disappear when you earn more, but that's not how it works. Money stress doesn't fade evenly. It disappears in jumps. And those jumps happen at very specific thresholds. Here's the assumption almost everyone makes. If I just make a bit more, I'll feel better. No. What actually happens is you earn more, your lifestyle expands, and your stress just gets more expensive. Here's what most people don't realize. Your relationship with money doesn't change gradually. It snaps into new modes. And there are 3 thresholds where your brain rewires how it sees money, risk, time, and even yourself. Let's walk through them. Threshold number 1. The I can breathe number. This first threshold isn't flashy. No one brags about it. But psychologically, it's massive. This is the point where your bills are covered. You're not checking your balance daily. A small surprise expense doesn't derail your month. According to Federal Reserve, nearly 60% of adults can't cover a $1,000 emergency without borrowing or stress. So when you cross this first threshold, usually having 3 to 6 months of basic expenses saved, something important happens. Your brain exits survival mode. Why this changes everything psychologically. When you're below this threshold, your brain is stuck in short-term thinking. You're asking, can I afford this right now? What if something goes wrong? What's the fastest fix? That's not because you're bad with money. It's because scarcity hijacks cognition. Studies from Princeton show that financial stress can reduce effective cognitive capacity by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. That's huge. Once you cross this threshold, your mind finally has room to think beyond next week. Simple math example. If your monthly essentials are rent, $1,200, food, $400, transportation, $200, utilities and basics, $200. That's $2,000 per month. Your first threshold is roughly $6,000 to $12,000 saved. Not luxury, not freedom, but mental oxygen. Now, you might be thinking, that feels impossible right now. Totally fair, but here's the reframe. You don't build this all at once. You build it boringly. Consistency matters more than speed here. Threshold number 2, the money starts working moment. This is where it gets really interesting. The second threshold is when your money starts generating noticeable returns. Returns that feel real, not theoretical. For many people, this happens somewhere around $50,000 to $100,000 invested. And no, that number isn't magic. It's psychological. Why this threshold changes your identity. Below this level, investing feels like effort with no reward. You invest $300, the market moves, and you're like, cool, I made $12. Above this level, a normal market swing can equal a month of rent, a paycheck, a major expense. Suddenly, money feels alive. And here's what most people don't realize. This is a point where you stop seeing investing as discipline and start seeing it as leverage. The math behind it. Let's say you have $75,000 invested at a conservative 7% annual return. That's $5, $250 per year, or $437 per month, without adding a single dollar. That's not retirement money, but it's proof. Proof that money can earn money without your time. This threshold flips your thinking from, how much can I save, to, How can I allocate? You start thinking in percentages, not dollars. You care less about small purchases and more about capital flow. This is when people finally understand why wealthy people obsess over investing. Not because they're greedy, but because returns scale. Now, you might be thinking, I'll never get to $100,000. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because it's impossible. They fail because they stop before momentum kicks in. The first $100,000 is hard. The second is dramatically easier. Threshold number 3. The time is the real currency shift. This is the rarest threshold and the most powerful. This is when your investments and income streams start covering a meaningful portion of your life. Not everything, but enough to change your decisions. What this looks like in real life at this stage. You don't chase every opportunity. You say no more often. You value flexibility over status. This threshold isn't about net worth. It's about optional income. Even an extra $2,000 to $4,000 per month from investments, businesses, or assets can fundamentally change how you live. Why this rewires your brain. Here's the thing. When all your income depends on your time, your decisions are reactive. When some income isn't tied to your time, your decisions become intentional. You stop asking, what pays the most right now? And start asking, what aligns with my life? That's lifestyle design. Think of money like gravity. At first, it's heavy and restrictive. Then it's neutral. Eventually, it becomes something you use to move where you want. Here's where I get a little frustrated, because this is completely avoidable. Most people overfocus on income, underfocus on systems, delay investing, inflate lifestyle too early, and they never give themselves enough time to compound. According to Fidelity, the biggest predictor of retirement success isn't income, it's start date. What you can do starting today. Let's get practical. Step 1, name your threshold. Stop being vague. Ask, what's my breathing number? What's my momentum number? What's my freedom number? Write them down. Step 2, automate toward the first threshold. Emergency fund first. Always. Even $25 to $50 per week builds psychological safety faster than you think. Step 3, invest before you feel ready. Readiness is a lie your brain tells you to avoid discomfort. Start small. Stay consistent. Step 4, design for time, not stuff. Every dollar should answer one question. Does this buy me more options later? I've watched people cross the first threshold and instantly become calmer. Not richer, calmer. I've watched people cross the second and finally believe investing works. And I've watched people cross the third and completely redesign their lives. Not because they had everything, but because they had choice. Same intelligence, same effort, different thresholds. Money doesn't just change what you can buy. It changes how you think, what you tolerate, and what kind of life feels possible. Look, your goal isn't to be rich. Your goal is to stop letting money dominate your mental space. If this video helped you see your finances differently, hit the like button. It tells YouTube this conversation matters. Subscribe if you want more content that connects money to real life, not hype. And do one thing today, just one, that moves you closer to your next threshold. Your future self is already counting on it.